Okay, so oh my God, I might have you on to do a little just a fucking Space Jam 2 discussion. I got so distracted in that basketball game. I was like, okay, I stopped giving a fuck about the movie at that point, and I just was trying to find how many characters I could find.
Here's my deal. I will only do Space Jam: A New Legacy if that podcast is just a commercial for your podcast and you have all of your previous guests on.
Oh my God. I'll try to make this happen.
Because that's all that movie is. It really is just a commercial.
Yeah, I don't think there's ever been such, I don't even think you can call it a film. I think that I never has a thing, but a line been so blurred between a commercial and a film.
Yeah, people make that joke a lot about the first Space Jam 2, which I know it spawned from a literal commercial where Bugs Bunny and Michael Jordan were together. But I don't know. I also grew up with Space Jam as a child, so I like that movie.
I will say this, for Space Jam, I actually did Space Jam on this pod. Not a great movie, but man, it like Space Jam: A New Legacy makes that movie so much better.
Yeah, and it's weird because I'm a huge crossover fan. When franchises cross over for no reason, I'm usually in. Like Ready Player One, I didn't love, but when you just showed the DeLorean next to the Iron Giant, I'm like, cool, like this is fun for me. And so this is like right up my alley. But all they really do is just stand in the background, and you're like, okay.
Oh my God. It's like, oh, look, Foghorn Leghorn is riding a dragon from Game of Thrones. Do you get it? Reference.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if they did like a little parody on it, or
they don't do anything clever with it.
No, they don't. And they don't get anyone from, like, when it cut to the Austin Powers intro,
that for some reason, so bizarre.
I was excited. I'm like, Mike Myers is coming. This is going to be cool to see him reprise Austin Powers. And then nothing.
This might be, I think I'm going to put in like the title of Ocean's 12 / Space Jam: A New Legacy, featuring Brett Mounts. But real quick, I got to add this is, I don't know who this movie's for. Like, is a kid really going to get a Clockwork Orange Casablanca reference?
Yeah, I think it was oddly made for us, the people who grew up with Space Jam, but it didn't feel like it. It felt like a kid's movie. I guess I'm relating it to, this is probably up your alley, the new iCarly season, where iCarly came back and it's more adult, but they still film it like a kid's TV show. And I'm like, I don't know who this show is for, because they have a prostitute on iCarly.
What?
And they never say she's a prostitute, but she's a prostitute. But they're acting like it's a kid's show, and I'm like, what's the audience for this show? I don't know. So
now the title of this is going to be Ocean's 12 / Space Jam: A New Legacy / iCarly season 1.
Am I the only person to go off topic?
No, you're not. I'm just fucking with you. No, we go off topic all the time. Yeah, not a good movie.
Yeah.
I also, just me personally, I'm just not a LeBron guy. Personally,
I'm not a sports guy at all. So I watched a video where they were explaining some of the Easter eggs, and they pointed out like a LeBron meme, and I was like, oh, I don't even know that. So
there's even stuff supposedly when Bugs Bunny turns into a fat bunny, that's like a meme.
Yeah, it's Big I know Big Chungus.
See, so I had to read that. So there's even stuff like I didn't even get. So I don't know. This movie's for everyone and no one. I really don't.
Yeah. Though this movie did teach me that LeBron changed teams. I always thought he was a Lakers player. Had no idea.
No, I like the little dig. They're like, oh, well, you can't depend on him. Like when he left Cleveland and left Miami and Cleveland again.
People are also joking this movie because it didn't have a lot of huge basketball stars in it.
I heard nobody wanted to play with, like, be in the movie with him.
I know what did happen was this movie was legit sponsored by Nike. I mean, there's a Nike joke in it. I'm not sure if you call it a joke, but they showed
a commercial advertisement.
And so a lot of basketball players couldn't be in the movie because they're sponsored by other shoes. So they could not be in this Nike commercial.
Okay, I get. Yeah, that makes a little bit more sense.
Because LeBron was quoted saying he did have some players in mind to be in the movie, but legally they were not allowed.
Well, this is fitting though. This ties into Ocean's 12 because Don Cheadle's in it.
Yeah, I've heard that. I did hear that joke somewhere of like, oh, so Don Cheadle will play the bad guy. He's never been in a Warner Brothers movie. Well, he was in Ocean's 11.
Oh my God! What if I don't know Don Cheadle's name in Ocean's 11, but what if
it is Basher? Basher.
What if Basher was in the crowd? And they're like, sweet, yeah, Basher reference, yeah.
Just like with a button to make something explode, I guess. I guess that's what he does. He just kind of makes stuff explode.
Yeah, such a bizarre movie. Also, like we're doing a Matrix parody in 2021. Like, what are we doing?
I mean, I think that's just an ad for the new Matrix movie coming out, right?
I thought about that too, but like, I don't know. Like, if you're my age, you're like, okay, this is dated, and if you're a kid, you're like, okay, like, what is the Matrix? It's so bizarre.
I don't know what kids. I'm assuming everyone just knows the Matrix, but it'd be one thing if they got Keanu Reeves or Carrie Moss. Is that her name? Carrie Ann Moss.
Yeah.
If they got them to cameo in the movie, that would be like a whole nother thing. That would be like, whoa, this is kind of a cool get, and maybe there'd be a joke, but I don't know. They just kind of put them in the movies.
I will say, like, there were a couple of moments here and there that I did chuckle. The biggest chuckle I got, I actually kind of liked this joke, was when, like, oh, Michael Jordan's coming in, and it's Michael V. Jordan.
That bummed me out.
That bummed you out? Well, you knew Michael Jordan wasn't going to play with LeBron. That was never going to happen.
I guess I don't know sports. Do they have a beef? But
no, they don't have a beef, but everybody constantly compares LeBron to Jordan.
That's
the thing. Everybody puts LeBron on this pedestal, and he is a great player, no doubt, but it's everybody in the news, the media is constantly comparing the two.
Okay. I really
that's why he's in this movie. I feel like a lot of it is I don't know, LeBron trying to I don't know, be Jordan. I kind of feel like it's a vanity project for
yeah.
LeBron.
I really wanted Michael Jordan to show up, and I thought there was a chance that he would. So when Daffy Duck says, "Hey, we got Michael Jordan," as soon as they said his name, I'm like, "Oh, he's not in the movie," because they wouldn't reveal that information. They would have revealed him first. Like they would have said, "Hey, we have a secret weapon," and then Michael Jordan comes in. But as soon as they said Michael Jordan's name, I was like, oh, that's not Michael Jordan. And then they showed like the back of a head. I'm like, oh, it's Michael B. Jordan. I guess they just called it too fast. And I think what really bummed me out is that he did not join the team. He was just there. He was like, you guys are great. I'm rooting for you. And he walked away. I think he should have joined the team.
Don Cheadle brought every person in the planet into this basketball game.
I think it would have been funny if Michael B. Jordan was on the team and they kept passing them the ball.
Actually, that would have been so much better.
And he's just like, I'm not good at basketball. And they're like, you're Michael Jordan. He kept saying, no. Like if they made that joke, I'm sure you'd have to pay him a lot more because you'd be a lead role. But I think I wanted that.
Jordan was like, I'll only do a cameo. Now pay me $1 million.
I don't
want to be in this fucking turd.
I wanted Bill Murray to show up. And
he does show up at the end, at the credits.
In the
picture.
It's just a picture, and I don't even think it's a picture he took for the movie.
Hell no.
It's just a picture of him golfing. It wasn't like the Space Jam 2 crew was like, hey, let's do this. And I wanted Danny DeVito to show up. They do show the Monstars, but I don't know.
Like a little bit. I don't know. Ugh.
I wanted more love for
the first one. Was just like there's so many things I liked in the first one. I just thought it's just better. Like it was just more memorable. I like the subplot where the players their powers are taken away and like they got into like the doctor and the hospital and like there's funny moments there and like I don't know. I just
that girl on the basketball court tells Charles
be gone.
Yeah, be gone. Be gone. Be gone.
Also the soundtrack was like immensely better.
Yeah, I know.
Like that scene we were just talking about, like Basketball Jones, be gone. It's just like
they didn't even use the Space Jam theme song in this movie, the "Come On and Slam" or whatever.
Come on and slam. Everyone
was expecting that. Just give us the "Come On."
You can't even do the basic things right.
Yeah, but yeah.
Well, I'm glad
to talk about Space Jam, and
I'm glad I didn't have to go to the theater to see it.
Yeah, I don't think I would have.
I wouldn't have either.
I'm also personally, I'm pretty anti theater now. Haven't been a huge fan of the theaters.
I gotta be honest, like I like theaters, but dude, I have not seen Black Widow. I have not seen Fast 9. I just don't. Maybe the pandemic just made me lazy. I just don't. I just want to go. not that I'm anti-theater. I just don't want to go. Like,
yeah, I think I just noticed too much. I know a lot of people can just get locked in on the screen. If someone walks in, I'm like, oh, someone's walking in. If someone has their phone, I don't know. My mind just gets too scattered, and I'm just like watching everything else. So when the pandemic happened, I was kind of happy that movies started coming, a theater and home at the same time, because watching Black Widow at home was pretty nice, especially because I don't know. But
I was not going to pay $30 or whatever for that Disney Plus. What is it? You have to be a Premier Access member.
Yeah, well, you need to have Disney Plus, and then you need to pay $30 to watch that movie. And then there's other movies you need to pay $30.
So I'm paying $40 for this fucking movie.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I wasn't, because I'm on my friend's Disney Plus account.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So, but since I'm using their Disney Plus account, I was like, hey, I'll give you $30. Like, I'll pay for Black Widow since I'm mooching off of you. So it's kind of this weird trade-off.
Man. We're still getting Suicide Squad's coming out in like a week. That's on HBO Max.
Is it August 6th or something?
I think it's August 6th.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
I'm liking this HBO Max like home viewing experience, new movies.
But I'm willing to pay for movies, or like I'm willing to pay more for movies to watch them when they come out in the theaters.
Think 30. Well, here's the thing. I live with my girlfriend Molly, so she doesn't give a fuck about Black Widow. So if I pay $30, it would just be me paying $30. But I think for families and stuff, I think it's a good deal.
It is 30. You do get to keep the movie forever. I mean, as long as you have that Disney Plus
for real?
account.
Oh, so it's yours. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's not too bad. That's about what a Blu-ray costs, like $25.
Yeah. The only thing that sucks is it's digital and Disney Plus. So if whatever reason you stop having Disney Plus, you lose that movie along with it.
Also, I looked. I was like, I wonder when Black Widow is just going to hit Disney Plus, just regular old Disney Plus, and it was like the end of August. So I was like, oh, I'll wait.
Yeah, because Cruella is that
yeah.
My wife really wanted to watch that movie, and I was like, I'll pay for it if you want. She's like, no, we can just wait, because they announced the date as well. They're like, yeah, it comes out in August or something. We're like, okay.
It's Black Widow. I don't. This isn't crucial. I can wait a month and a half. Like, I really can.
Marvel movies I really enjoy, so I do want to see them early, because I tend to I don't seek out spoilers. They just kind of come to me. Not that movie has huge spoilers. It's a prequel. I think you know what happens to Black Widow, but I'm excited for all the new Marvel movies like Spider-Man and all this multiverse stuff. I'm really excited for, so I'm going to have to see in theaters if they don't put them on Disney Plus.
I gotta be honest. I love the MCU, but I think after Endgame, I think I'm done.
Really?
No, I think, to me, I thought Endgame was like a very fitting, satisfying finale. It felt like that to me.
Definitely.
And granted, I love the Guardians of the Galaxy. I know they're going to do a volume 3, so I'll see that.
Have you been watching the shows?
I need to finish Loki. I haven't finished Loki.
Yeah, I've been loving, I love Loki, and I love the introduction of the multi-timelines and the fact that, like, I know it's annoying when characters die and they can come back, but like, I like more timelines. Who cares? These people can just come back if they want to, and I think that's cool.
Yeah, I think I'm just like, I don't know. I want to watch this stuff, but I don't know. It's like, I don't think I'm going to go out of my way to see it in theaters.
Yeah, the Spider-Man stuff just is really fun. I mean, there's lots of rumors going around, but I know Doc Ock from Spider-Man 2 has been confirmed. Like he's on the poster, or not poster, but they've announced him.
I don't like the multiverse stuff. To me, Sony, okay, that multiverse cartoon movie everyone loved it. That to me is like, because Sony sucks. They're like, let's just do that again.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like to me. I think it's going to be too crowded. You have a movie already that was set up. People know who Spider-Man is now. I want to see just that movie. We don't need to have all this multiverse stuff. That would be very interesting because the people have never found out who he is in the movies. That would be cool. So, but now it's like on top of that, we have all the other stuff. I don't know. I don't need it.
I don't know. And then Sam Raimi's directing Doctor Strange too, so that's very fun because I do think he nailed the Spider-Man movies. So I don't know. I'm just excited. Everything, because I'm with you. I'm like, Endgame was such a great finale, but everything they keep announcing, I'm like, oh, I'm kind of in. I mean, except for Eternals, that kind of looked a little boring.
That looked bad, right?
It just looked. I know nothing about it. It was just a teaser, so maybe they're holding on to cooler information, but it's just like, I don't know, just kind of boring to me.
Don't they make a joke in that trailer like, oh, well, this time we'll have to step off, like we didn't do anything in the other like yeah, you fucked up.
That's the problem is with them adding stuff of people who've been around forever. They need to have a reason. Oh, this is why I didn't show up when Thanos was snapping.
Well, that's why they're bringing in the multiverse stuff. It's like, well, it'd be weird if we just had X-Men now, so we have to bring them in from an alternate dimension. I don't know. I'm going to watch it. I'm not going to go out of my way. I think I was happy with Endgame. To me, Endgame was a nice, like, series finale.
Yeah. Black Widow was good. It was good.
That's what I've heard. I just hear it's like, oh, yeah, that's good.
It's good. It doesn't have a huge impact on the cinematic universe, but the ending has, like, a big fight scene that's kind of boring, so... It's a little bit of a bummer that the ending, because it had like a really cool family drama in the middle of it, and it was like, oh, I want to see them figure this out. Instead, they make.
Like I said, I'll see it eventually. I'll see it at the end of next month when it's on Disney.
Well, I didn't mean to derail this conversation.
Oh no, I love derailments. That was fun. I had to get out my frustration on Space 2. I mean, that is
it's a big bummer, though. I think everyone's in agreement on that movie. No one's like really loving it.
I don't think anyone liked it, and also I heard China banned it, so it bombed. Like they can't even show it in China.
I mean, China does that to some other movies. I'm not sure why they.
I don't know. I know they have a thing that they can't have ghosts in movies. I'm not making this up.
No, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I've heard that.
Like they have weird rules, and then on top of that, they're communists. Like,
yeah, you can't have any homosexual stuff either. So they, that's a lot of countries, sadly.
Space Jam: New Legacy did have that homosexual scene where Bugs is sucking off LeBron. Yeah, I can see why they put that.
I don't know if it had any homosexual. I just know. It sucks that if a movie wants to be like a huge movie, that they need to follow all of these like dumb rules of terrible countries. But I don't know. Are there ghosts? Wait, hold on.
I think China was right in this instance.
Are there ghosts in Space Jam? I don't think there's ghosts, unless you count those evil nuns.
I'm sure China was like, it's a ghost. It's a ghost.
I mean, what do we call Pennywise? Pennywise is an alien, right?
I don't know.
I think Pennywise comes from another.
That's another thing. Pennywise. Like,
what about?
Well, I mean, like, is a 7-year-old gonna be like? Pennywise is creepy.
Yeah.
Pennywise clowns scare the shit out of people. Like, they scare the shit out of me.
I'm not scared of clowns in general, but specifically the It clown. I don't want to see it. So I don't know why they put him so front and center. I guess because it was a big moneymaker. But I was so worried he was actually going to be scary, though he wasn't. He's just kind of standing in the back laughing. But
I think they should have gotten some of them characters to play basketball. I think that would have been funny.
Definitely, for sure. It was such a dumb mistake to just have him in the background, especially in that trailer shot when you see them all running in. It's like, oh, Fred Flintstone's going to pass Scooby-Doo the ball and pass it to the mask and pass it. But no, they just sit there and watch. And there's that terrible moment where Don Cheadle quotes Training Day and is like, King Kong has nothing on me.
Oh, yeah, which I've never seen Training Day, so I didn't get it.
Yeah, I mean, there's also
until I read about it.
There's also a curse word in that quote, so he didn't even quote the movie. But King Kong kind of just goes, ugh. Like, I'm like, why didn't King Kong get mad? Like, he should have destroyed Don Cheadle right then. It's King Kong. He's not just going to sit there and be like, ugh.
I mean, like, anybody could have written a better script.
Yeah.
Anybody.
I didn't I didn't even know that Warner Brothers does actually have an algorithm that makes movies.
The one thing I'll say about this movie, that scene, I was sitting there thinking, like, man, this is a dumb idea. Like let's put LeBron in all these movies. And then I thought, like, you know what, though? I'm sure this has been brought up at a meeting. I'm sure it's been brought up.
Yeah, but what they were talking about was like, we'll digitally scan you. That way you don't even need to act in the movies, right? Is that what they were saying? Like,
they said something like that, but honestly, like,
I just don't get why they wouldn't go after an actor. Like, hey, Tom Cruise, we'll scan you. We'll put you in every movie. Instead, they go after LeBron James. It was like, yeah, this is a weird decision.
I'm sure they've had that conversation before, like Warner Brothers. Like, let's just replace actors digitally. I'm sure. I mean,
it is happening.
Well, I guess it kind of is happening, but I mean, I don't know. That idea was so bad, but I was like, oh, like this. I'm sure this is a real. This has really been discussed.
Yeah, but if you're going to try that out, why go to a basketball player? Go to Tom Cruise. Who's the biggest celebrity right now? I don't really know. Jennifer Lawrence. Who's the big celebrity? Zendaya.
I don't know. I feel like the star is like the big Hollywood star. That those days are over. I feel like.
Yeah, it's tough. It's so niche. Like there's so many niche.
Yeah, George Clooney will put you in all of our movies.
Yeah, because I feel like
2001, but now it's like I don't know.
Because I feel like Olivia Rodrigo is very hot right now. She's like the big star.
Yeah.
But I don't know how long that will last, and it's very hard to keep track of who like the number one star is right now.
It should have been. I wish Olivia Rodrigo was in the crowd, but
I don't think she's done anything Warner Brothers related.
Oh, she's Disney. Never
mind. Yeah.
Maybe Disney will make I don't know.
A Space Jam
equivalent. I don't know what it would be.
Do you know, I'm sure you might have talked about this on your Space Jam fun fact. Did you know Mickey Mouse was supposed to be in that movie?
I can't remember. I don't think I mentioned that.
So when Disney made Who Framed Roger Rabbit, it was like a big deal because Warner Brothers cartoons were mixed with Disney cartoons, like Bugs Bunny and Mickey. Mm-hmm. It was like a big thing, but there was no contract. It was a verbal agreement from the two companies saying, hey, if we can have your characters and we'll get you back in the future, like we'll let you have one of our characters in the future. The problem is Disney switched leads. I think it might have went to Eisner. I'm not sure. Michael Eisner. But when they were making Space Jam, they're like, hey, remember when we did Who Framed Roger Rabbit? All we want is for Mickey Mouse to be the referee because that way he's unbiased. He doesn't care which team wins. And Disney was like, nope, screw you. Like, so they just completely screwed over Warner Brothers on that.
That sounds like Disney.
Yeah. I'm not sure if Mickey Mouse would have fixed that movie, but he was supposed to be the referee in that movie.
In the original one.
In the original Space Jam, yeah.
Oh, well, the original's perfect. Also, too, I mean, Lola Bunny, man, they made her ugly. No, I'm kidding.
There is some theory.
Weird.
There is some theories about Space Jam: A New Legacy because the mask, when you see him in the background, in some close-up shots, you see that he has a whistle with him. So there's theories that he should have been the referee for some reason.
Who was the referee?
The new character.
That little robot?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the mask as a referee would have been awesome.
Yeah, because someone pointed out he's kind of half cartoon and half human. So he's kind of both sides.
Just do something clever. That's a reference for sake of reference. Like, oh my God. It was just so frustrating.
Yeah, I guess there's no famous referee in Warner Brothers movies, but I don't know.
Yeah. Just an awful movie.
We should get off Space Jam.
No, I'm glad we talked about Space Jam. No, it needed to happen. We needed to get that. Well, what would you rate Space Jam: A New Legacy out of
5? Maybe a 0.5, just because the DeLorean did show up for some reason.
Is Back to the DeLorean Warner Brothers? I guess it is.
Technically, no, it's Universal. But
that's what I thought. Yeah, I didn't think Warner Brothers.
I don't know why it showed up, but they never once said it
the
was
theme park ride. I think so. It's so weird too because certain theme parks own.
Yeah, because
like I think Universal does. I could be wrong.
They do Harry Potter.
They do Harry Potter, but Harry Potter is owned by Warner Brothers.
Yeah, they're close
lease out stuff.
Yeah, they're close with each other.
Yeah, I think they have agreements, and
they also never said Back to the Future or showed a Back to the Future character. They just had a DeLorean and they used the font. So legally, I don't think they broke any boundaries.
Oh man, if I tell you, if they broke the law, I'm gonna bump this movie down to a 0.
You're gonna go to the police immediately. The officer, the DeLorean was in Space Jam. I don't think they own the rights to it.
Yeah, I would give it a star. It wasn't
one whole star.
Yeah, I mean I did chuckle a few times.
I'm really trying to think if I chuckled. I don't know.
I chuckled a few times, and I will give it this. I mean, it's a bad movie. LeBron does kind of have an arc. It's very simple and very cliche and cheesy.
Yeah.
But he does have a character arc.
So someone did point out that in real life he's known for being goofy though, right? He's kind of a goofster in real life.
Oh, I don't know about that. I know he's like super serious. Like,
oh, really? Because I mean, I've seen like him on Instagram and him in like different interviews where he's being a little bit of a goofster. So,
oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
All right, because he does do Taco Tuesdays, which they do reference in the movie.
Oh yeah, that was weird.
That's like a real life. Yeah, why did Bugs Bunny come back to life? I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
Oh, can we talk about this? Bugs Bunny dies and then he comes back to life at the end for some reason. That was weird.
For no reason.
That was weird too. Like, what we're killing off bugs. What are we doing here?
I mean, yeah. I mean, to be fair,
if you're gonna go there and then immediately negate it, like, what?
Yeah, it'd be interesting if they got him back somehow, like, through the power of basketball.
Well, the movie was already long as shit. This movie is like 2 hours long.
Yeah, that's as long as Ocean's 12.
Yeah. And the first and so we're bringing it back. It's coming
back.
That first movie was like a lean 87 minutes and 10 minutes for credits, in and out. And this movie it's just so overlong.
How did you feel about the scene in Space Jam 2 where they were like, hey, Bugs Bunny, you know who you look like? Bugs Bunny. So Bugs Bunny had to pretend to be Bugs Bunny, and Bruce Willis recognized him and was like, yo, Bugs.
Oh my God, that scene was great. And I heard Steven Soderbergh second unit directing on that scene.
I don't know why it's very funny to me to think that Bruce Willis sees like Bugs Bunny is like, whoa, Bugs Bunny. I don't know why I had my hopes up about Michael Jordan showing up, because the movie Looney Tunes Back in Action, I'm not sure if you've seen that.
I've heard of it. Is it good?
No, but it's kind of fun if you like Brendan Fraser, I guess.
I do, so I probably love it.
There's a part where
Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, there's a part where Steve Martin like takes off like a mask and reveals that he's someone else. And the joke is that he keeps doing it. He's like, oh, I'm actually this person. And he goes, oh, I'm actually this person. And one time he does it and he's Michael Jordan. But Michael Jordan didn't want to do the cameo. They're like, no, I don't want to do it. So they just used footage from Space Jam because he shot the whole movie on a green screen. So it didn't matter. So they just used Space Jam footage of him being like, let's get ready for the game. And then so I'm like, if I know, but legally they own him. So
that's a fucked up thing. It's like they are in their legal right to do that.
Yeah.
That is that. I mean, couldn't they just go with another? That's so weird.
Yeah, you think if someone says no to a movie, your thought should be like, oh,
well, too bad, you're in it.
We should do something else. Not, hey, we have footage of you, so we're putting you in.
Oh my God. Anything else to say about Space Jam: A New Legacy? I could probably go on for another hour. I mean, it's a bad movie.
I thought it was.
I don't know. Like, The best thing I can say about it is like it was watchable. I mean, I watched it. It wasn't like the worst thing I've ever seen, but it is bad, and it is a commercial.
I think I only watched it because of my connection to the first one.
Right. Oh, of course.
I think if someone has my wife has never seen Space Jam, and so she's never going to watch this movie. Like, this has like a very targeted audience of people who have seen Space Jam and liked it, and then maybe keep up with sports.
But that's the thing. People who grew up with the original, they're not going to like this. And then people who are kids now, or people who are younger audiences, they're not going to get half of the references. And I was even, when I did talk about Space Jam on this podcast, I mentioned that, Looney Tunes, are they relevant anymore? Like, do they come on TV anymore?
It's one of those things that everyone knows. But they did just get a new show on HBO. Looney Tunes came back. But just because everyone knows them doesn't mean they're relevant. I mean, I feel like forever, everyone's just going to know The Matrix and they're going to know, but it doesn't mean people are talking about them and they're hot stuff.
Yeah. But I mean, I would say even in 96, like I remember Looney Tunes came on Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon. I remember like Saturday mornings, like they would have like a block for Looney Tunes. Like, I knew all the characters. I watched these cartoons. Like I think it resonated with kids back then. And I don't think it does with kids now. And I was kind of thinking, I have a theory, because I don't know who directed this. His name escapes me, but I do know that this project changed directors. Somebody else was supposed to direct it initially. Do you think that, the studio just forced all these like random references because Looney Tunes maybe don't resonate as much today? You think they felt the need to just shove all that stuff in there?
I have no idea. I think they might have saw like Avengers Endgame and might have saw Ready Player One and was like, hey, we own all this stuff. Let's make some money off of it. But I'm not sure if it worked out in their favor.
Was Ready Player One like a huge hit though? That's the thing.
I'm not sure if it was. I know the reviews were not great, but I think money-wise it did okay, I guess.
Huh.
I don't know.
I hesitate to call it a film. I mean, it's what it is.
Yeah. I don't know.
But all right, so this was fun. I will say this. Ocean's 12, better movie
than Space Jam: A New Legacy. Definitely. Yeah, if we're doing 25 of the worst sequels, Space Jam: New Legacy is up there.
Oh, it's top 10.
At least higher than Ocean's 12.
Yes, definitely. Okay, well, this is fun. I'm gonna have to have you on again. Maybe talk Lost World or something else.
I'm not sure if I want to watch that movie again.
Okay, well, we'll figure out something else. All right, like I said, check out his YouTube channel, and this is fun.
Thank you for having me.
No problem, and we'll see you next time. Peace.